you might have me. I might move off that pick, but we'll see. But who's the other overrated head coach that you wanted to talk about?
A lot of people are going to kill me for this, man. Ooh. And I have.
Yes, is it Sean Payton?
Is it Sean Payton?
Oh,
it's Sean Payton.
I knew it.
You called it. How'd you know?
Really quickly. I give Sean Payton a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, just because he's played in a tough division for most of his career. Cam Newton and Matt Ryan have been to Super Bowls. They're former league MVPs. It's tough to win in the NFC South when you're going against those quarterbacks 4 times a year. It's hard to win that division. I don't think that, for a while, New Orleans had given him the necessary personnel on both sides of the football to be successful. For a while, Drew Brees didn't really have a great defense. And he's not really a defensive guru, but the organization did not put a lot of talent on the field for him to work with on defense. And I think that outside of Michael Thomas, he's working a lot of magic with not a lot of great wide receivers, because outside of Emmanuel Sanders that they added this year, who does New Orleans really got? I think that Sean Payton does a lot with less sometimes. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, he's been there for a very long time, right? And you had his name is the very tall Saints wide receiver that was really good.
Was it Marcus Colston?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. Very talented player. I just because he's a guy from an offensive background, right? And we all know what Drew Brees brings to the table as a quarterback, or at least brought to the table as a quarterback. I'm not sure if he still has it anymore either.
He doesn't.
Sometimes I wonder. It sure don't look like it, right? It sure don't look like it. But sometimes I wonder if the Saints, if is it a scheme, is it play calling, or is it the talent that they put on the field? Because when you target Michael Thomas as much as you do, right, and we think about a guy like the greatest offensive coaches, right, the McVays and the Shanahans and the Doug Petersons, they spread the love around. When you're force feeding it to Michael Thomas, how can I say that you're really that great of a? I mean, this isn't to discount how good he is as a football minded talent, right? But it doesn't take a genius to put 2 and 2 together and say, this is the best receiver on the field. This is one of the best receivers in the NFL. Let me throw it to him a bunch of times. I don't know how much he actually provides from a schematic standpoint. And I'm not going to hinge my argument on this either. But remember, Sean, this is a dude that had suspended, right? Because he was putting bounties out on dude's head. It feels like he kind of has to do a lot of extra stuff to make himself or make the teams kind of be better. You know what I mean? Like his legacy is hinged on that Super Bowl, right? And he takes the risk with the onside kick. And that's what makes a great head coach, right? If you're willingness to take risks. But I don't know how much he actually functionally brings on a consistent basis rather than, an energy thing. And I don't know, man. It's a gut feeling thing. I feel like that team has always went with Drew Brees, not necessarily Sean Payton. And if you give him a different quarterback, right, I don't think he's doing the same thing. Like the greatest coaches of all time, I feel like would have done a lot, man. Bill Belichick, we see what he's doing with Cam Newton right now. I feel like if he doesn't stumble himself into Drew Brees, right, because the San Diego Chargers, for whatever reason, didn't value Drew Brees as a great quarterback, I'm not sure he wins that Super Bowl, and I'm not sure if we view him in the light that we currently do.
I disagree, because what was Drew Brees before he found Sean Payton? You gotta ask that question, because
he was in a floundering San Diego Chargers environment. That's what I don't think that was the situation, man. He just needed an opportunity.
I feel, but at the same time, I think that Sean Payton has done a good job the last couple of years of hiding Drew Brees' weaknesses, because I've been saying for a while that Drew Brees is not the same quarterback. I said last year that guy may be a little bit washed. I said after that Rams game, don't blame the reps. Blame Drew Brees, because he had opportunity in overtime. He didn't deliver. And I think that Sean Payton has designed a great offense that fits Drew Brees' skill set at this point in his career, because Drew Brees, he can't throw the ball down the field anymore. There's proof of that. If you watch the Saints on a week-to-week basis, you will see that team is a dink and dunk offense. And it's because Drew Brees has limitations as a quarterback. And I think that Drew Brees is being hidden. His limitations are being hidden by Sean Payton, because I think that, honestly, if you give Sean Payton to Aaron Rodgers right now, he might have won the Super Bowl, or a Lamar Jackson, or even a quarterback that could just push the ball down the field. I think the Saints might have won the Super Bowl already, or at least repeated as Super Bowl champs somewhere in the last 2 to 3, 4 seasons, just because I think that Drew Brees has been holding them back. I really do.
It's going going to be interesting, man. I view that a team as something that's always been Drew Brees and defense oriented. And now that they have Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, I don't know. When you use, and obviously you use the most talented players on the field, but when you force feed them the way that McVay's done, and this isn't to say he did that with Alvin Kamara, right? Because Alvin Kamara doesn't get enough touches, but I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of creativity when it comes to him. And that's something I value a lot, especially in an offensive head coach is, how are you manipulating things? And obviously, people are going to kill me for this because they're going to be like, oh, Taysom Hill, look what he's doing with Taysom Hill. Come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like it's cool, it's gimmicky, but it's like it's not actually making that offense substantially better. What they do with Taysom Hill, it's just kind of a fun wrinkle that they include. I don't see a whole lot of creativity from Sean Payton, man. I think that a lot of that has went with Drew Brees, and the fact that the offense is struggling right now in the moments where Drew Brees isn't that good, it makes a lot of sense because I'm not sure if Sean Payton's one to elevate his quarterback. It'll be interesting. I want to see what he does with Jameis Winston if he gets the opportunity to. I don't know if he will or not, but it'd be interesting to see what he does with Drew or Jameis Winston because that's a guy who I can have a decent gauge. Okay, what are you coaching somebody other than a Hall of Famer? That's something that always is telling, right?
Really quickly, where does Sean Payton rank amongst head coaches? Is he top 10?
I would still give him top 10. I don't get me wrong. This isn't me saying that he's outside of the top 16 or he's bottom tier head coach. I just think he's a little bit overrated for when especially like your list, right? You had him in the elite tier. I'm not sure he's elite tier. I
had him at number 5. You probably have him around like 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. Definitely. That's the range. I would definitely take Pete Carroll before him. I would probably take both McVay and Shanahan before him. Yeah. I mean, yeah, man, the Super Bowl, obviously the Super Bowl was great, but I feel like the narrative that surrounded that Super Bowl made us attached to Sean Payton a little bit more than we should have. I'm not sure exactly, maybe I'll have to talk to because if my New Orleans friends hear this, it's going to be all hell breaking loose. So maybe I'll have a conversation with them about it, and that might shift my opinion a little bit. But again, I don't see a whole lot of creativity coming from Sean Payton.
Well, to your New Orleans friends, if they are listening at the time in which I put this out, I have Sean Payton as the 5th best head coach in the NFL, and Reagan disagrees, so you can come for his head if you want. Don't come for my head because I'm defending your boy. I think that Drew Brees has been washed for about a good year and a half, and I think that Sean Payton's been hiding Drew Brees' limitations. That's my humble opinion, okay? But we'll agree to disagree. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juiciest Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juiciest Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.